Hello, my name is Jennifer Osbourne. Today I will be presenting research conducted with the PACE Lab, which stands for Promoting Adjustment Through Evaluation, as led by Dr. Scott Leon at Loyola University. The PACE Lab seeks to use tools used in program evaluation to improve the mental health and well-being of children and families involved in the child welfare system. Today I'll be talking about a project called Beyond Family, Patterns of Kin and Fictive Kin Caregivers Among Children in the Child Welfare System, which is a manuscript being prepared for publication. So to start, we often think of family as those directly in our home. Maybe you picture a mom, a dad, a few kids, but this narrow definition of family doesn't capture the actual reality of many families. And the child welfare system is working to account for these different definitions, conceptualizations of family by incorporating diverse social support figures into care plans. There are myriad social support persons available who may be included in these out-of-home care plans. Each offers unique benefits to the child or the youth in care. These support folks often include kin, which are family members related through blood or marriage. However, the examination of family structures among this population is incomplete without considering the unique contributions of fictive kin to the network as a whole, particularly as those in care often consider their social support networks to extend beyond immediate family members. Fictive kin might be teachers, mentors, religious leaders, or family friends. They can also include paid professionals in the child welfare system itself due to their increased ability to be consistently present. Understanding and engaging these protective social support networks is really important for everyone, but particularly for youth in out-of-home care. Children in care actually need more social support as compared to the general population in order to counteract early adverse experiences such as child abuse, neglect, and placement into out-of-home care. Prior research has actually shown that children in out-of-home care need social support across no less than 3 domains. So think biological family, foster family, peer network. So they need this support across 3 domains in order to experience the psychosocial benefits of social support. So the first step to engaging these networks is understanding them. The goal of this study is to examine the potentially distinctive family structures among children and youth in care and the level and type of social support provided by these networks. So how do we do that? Participants in the study included children ages 6 to 13 who entered into the temporary custody of the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services in Cook County and Will County, Illinois. The data for this study were collected as part of a federal grant evaluation designed to improve children's contact with kin and fictive kin upon entry into care. They improved contact with kin and fictive kin through dedicated family finding services. And so only children who received the grant intervention were eligible for inclusion in this study because children in this intervention had 75% more kin and fictive kin identified as compared to the control group. The sample itself included 318 participants with a mean age of 9.85 years. 53% of the sample were male, and the majority of participants were Black. These participants had, on average, 19.2 kin or fictive kin members in their extended network. So to understand who was in these networks, we used information from the kin identification and level of engagement form, which was part of this bigger grant that I mentioned. And the Kyle form helped quantify the total relative involvement across parents, foster parents, custodial kinship caregivers, non-custodial support figures, and fictive kin. Types of caregivers in this study were categorized into either grandparents, aunts and uncles, cousins, or fictive kin in order to reflect some of these distinctions while also having a meaningful number of participants in each category. Support figures who were not designated as a grandparent, aunt, uncle, or cousin were placed in the fictive kin category. And then a latent profile analysis was performed to identify clusters of children with similar patterns of kin and fictive kin involvement. In this study, there were 4 identified profiles. The majority of the children sampled, so 70.4%, were in the bigenerational lower involvement cluster. This cluster was typified by relatively fewer social support figures and lower levels of social support activities. This is consistent with the prior literature that suggests that youth in out-of-home care experience more limited social support. There are a lot of reasons for this. It might be because entering into foster care and its related network disruption decreases the number of social support providers available to these children. Second, the family structures of children entering foster care may already be more vulnerable to lower involvement even before entry as a result of systemic factors. The 3 remaining profiles were typified by significantly higher levels of involvement that nonetheless differed according to the social support persons who were providing the support. So the 3 other profiles were named the multi-generational predominant cousin, the bigenerational predominant fictive kin, and the multi-generational predominant aunt and uncle. They were so named because one support person type spearheaded the provision of social support activities across these clusters. Additionally, membership in these clusters was also associated with differences in received support in terms of visitation, phone calls, transportation, and biological parent support activities. It's important to note here that there was a cluster typified by fictive kin social support. So we see here that fictive kin members carry increased importance for a significant minority of youth in care. So looking at these results and why do they matter? The main takeaway here is that though most children in care experience low levels of social support, various social support figures do spearhead different types of care, are involved in the network through different activities. There are a few limitations to consider in order to contextualize these results. First, social support figures were identified by the child's caseworker. Additionally,